I feel like Stephanie Jenkins, her neglect should be studied in the history books, because how is it that she has a knife, and I say knife because I don't know if I can say that word because TikTok, but she has one close enough so that Bubba, Atlas, her baby, who likes to toddle around, can reach it. Talk about not being safe. And also, if she ever puts her baby on the floor like she does all the time, she can reach it. Why do you not care? Like, I just made a video prior to this about how neglectful you are for leaving your kids outside. Now I know why you do it, because I think it's more dangerous inside of your house, Stephanie Jenkins, because you leave knives and stuff on the floor where they can reach it. You did say you don't baby proof because you want them to explore. Do you want them to explore an ER? Because that is where they're going, because you are neglectful. Go ahead and follow me for more videos like this, because I just cannot.
Let's jump straight into the latest drama surrounding TikTok mom of 5. Stephanie is once again the center of attention online, and not in a good way. This time, the internet is buzzing after a series of videos she posted revealed even more questionable parenting choices, growing contradictions in her narrative, and a mounting list of concerns from both critics and concerned viewers. From leaving sharp objects within arm's reach of toddlers, to questionable living conditions, to emotional outbursts targeting creators who comment on her lifestyle, Stephanie's content has become a lightning rod for public scrutiny. The latest twist? Despite claiming she didn't know her 28-day motel stay was up, she had already filmed herself preparing to leave just the day before. This has left many people scratching their heads, wondering if she's being intentionally misleading or if the chaos of her situation has clouded her judgment entirely. And instead of taking a step back or reflecting, Stephanie is back at it, lashing out at the same people who have tried time and time again to offer her guidance. The most frustrating part? She continues to walk down the same road, repeating the same behavior and decisions that landed her here, living in motels, posting long-winded videos, ignoring help, and dismissing anyone who speaks up with genuine concern. So let's break it down. And this time, we are going to look closely at her actions, her words, and most importantly, the ripple effect they create, especially for her kids. This isn't about hate or cancel culture. This is about understanding how we got here and what continues to go. The most recent wave of backlash came fast and loud. Stephanie had dropped another video, this time claiming she had no idea it was her family's 28th day in the motel, the mandatory checkout day. She told her audience she was caught off guard in the middle of laundry plans, completely unaware they were being forced. It didn't take long before viewers pieced together the timeline. Just a day before that, she had posted a video talking about the move, showing herself packing up for the next day. She even mentioned needing to clean and prep because their time was almost up. That contradiction, saying she didn't know, then showing she clearly did, is what ignited the firestorm.
We usually never know until like the day we're going to the other motel, what time we're supposed to be there. He usually just comes and tells us like between like noon and 3. So today he said just anytime after 2. Don't know if that means we can just kind of chill in here until. So just gonna go ahead and head out and do some gig work. I'm gonna get the rest of the place cleaned up
And it didn't stop there. In another part of the video, she pans across the motel room, pointing out a clogged sink, missing bathroom light, and generally unhygienic conditions. Rather than addressing any of it or taking steps to improve the space for her children, she once again blames the motel, all while filming with her baby a few inches from the glaring TV screen and her toddler just as close. The contradictions, the unsafe setups, and the public lashings toward creators who speak on these issues have reached a boiling point. And still, instead of listening, Stephanie doubled down. She dragged creators online for using her story to pay the bills, never acknowledging that she profits from sharing the same content herself.
Like, I'm gonna go ahead and apologize for the energy I'm bringing through this video because it's 3 a.m. I'm fucking tired. I'm doing the voiceover. And I just woke up with the urge to urinate like none other and what's probably more than likely some kidney stones. I honestly can't even explain the immense F I do not give that there's people out there making money and making videos off me and my life like it's some kind of freaking joke. Like, y'all really don't know that this is fucking difficult for us to be going through too. Like, it truly just seemed like one thing after another, and it doesn't matter like how much we put forward that Drew and I are doing our absolute damnedest, you're still gonna say we're fucking not. And it's wild to me that y'all think me and Drew don't think our kids deserve better than this. We damn well know our kids deserve way better than this, and that's what we're trying to do, is work towards that. Duh.
People are no longer just frustrated, they are alarmed because every time this cycle repeats, the kids are caught in the middle. It all started with what she labeled a move out vlog. Viewers clicked on the video expecting to see the family preparing for a new chapter, maybe packing boxes, organizing bags, giving a tour of the new motel, or at least walking us through the logistics of yet another move. But instead of a practical, informative video, what we got was a long-winded emotional outburst that quickly shifted from daily life rather than focusing on the challenges of moving or the specifics of. Stephanie turned the camera toward her frustration with content creators. The vlog quickly unraveled into a direct attack on the people who have spoken publicly about her online. With intensity, she expressed how disgusted she was that anyone would dare, let alone turn it into content. She was furious that people who weren't in her shoes had the nerve to share opinions about her parenting or lifestyle. It's a joke to them, she said. They have no idea how hard this is. They don't understand what we are going through. And let's be honest, she's right about things. Living in constant motion, uprooting your family every 28 days with 5 kids, and never knowing where you will sleep next, that's not something most people can relate to. It's draining, it's unstable, it's physically and emotionally overwhelming. No one is, but what makes it harder to understand, and for many, harder to sympathize with, is the fact that this didn't happen suddenly or by accident. These are outcomes of repeated over and over again. Stephanie has chosen to ignore solid advice, avoid long-term solutions, and reject the help that could improve her situation. There have been opportunities for change, for support, and even for housing stability that she's publicly acknowledged. And yet, those chances have been turned down or left to slip away. So while the exhaustion and hardship are real, the context matters. When viewers see someone struggling but refusing to take actionable steps forward, especially when children are involved, it shifts the tone. Concern turns into frustration. Empathy gives way to urgency because the impact of those choices isn't just affecting Stephanie, it's falling hardest on her 5. He is one of the biggest question marks that continues to baffle even her most understanding followers. Stephanie reportedly had not a temporary shelter, not a motel room with flickering lights and leaky faucets, but a real home. A place with doors that don't slam shut every 28 days. A place that could be the start of something stable. So then, why is she still choosing to live in a motel? According to her, it's all part. She says she's trying to rebuild herself. She insists she needs time, space, and patience. She wants people to believe this is all part of a bigger plan and that the struggle now will somehow lead to stability later. But the question in everyone's mind is, at what cost? Because the environment she's keeping her children in is far from what anyone would call safe or nurturing. Babies and toddlers need far more than just a roof over their heads. They need clean air, predictable routines, emotional consistency, proper nutrition, and most of all, safety. They need a parent who prioritizes their stability of appearances or temporary comfort. Instead, what viewers see in her videos is deeply concerning. Her infant child, standing up inside a bassinet, she is long outgrown, barely contained by its sides. One sudden movement, one sleepy stumble, and the baby could fall headfirst onto the floor. It's not just uncomfortable to watch, it's terrifying. That's not rebuilding, that's not recovery, that's not protecting your children. That's gambling with their safety, and people aren't calling it out because they hate her. They are calling it out because they care too much. Stephanie told her followers she didn't realize it was move out day. She acted completely surprised, saying it caught her off guard. According to her, she had been planning to do laundry that day, leave it in the tub to soak, and then come back to finish it later. It was all part of, she claimed, and the last thing she expected was suddenly to be told it was time to leave the motel. But here's where the confusion really kicks in. Just one day earlier, she had posted a video telling her audience that they were preparing to leave. She mentioned the 20-day deadline. She talked about packing their essentials and getting ready to move again. So clearly, she knew. She said it herself. It wasn't a surprise. It wasn't unexpected. She had anticipated it and even shared those plans publicly. So why claim? Is it manipulation? A way to garner sympathy in the moment? Is it just forgetfulness, an honest mistake in the chaos of her life? Or could it be something more concerning, a new layer of instability and mental fog that she's grown used to functioning within? She tried to explain away the situation by focusing that she didn't want the clothes to smell and that she was just trying to manage what she could. But viewers were. What really stood out was the clear contradiction. One day she says she knows it's move out day. The next she acts completely shocked. It's not about dirty clothes. It's about a pattern of inconsistent stories that are starting to raise serious questions. People aren't focused about the task. They are focused about the truth. And when you're living a life so publicly, contradictions like this matter. They chip away at trust. They leave people wondering what's real and what's just being said to keep the narrative spinning. In her own footage, Stephanie revealed the state of the motel bathroom. No functional lights, a clogged sink, and visibly dirty floors. The space was grimy, dim, and uncomfortable. Clearly not ideal for a family of 7. And instead of taking even the smallest step to improve it, like changing a light bulb or cleaning the sink, she said she reported the problems to management. And then she waited. A light bulb costs less than $5. Cleaning supplies are affordable. But even with basic, inexpensive fixes within reach, Stephanie chose not to act. She stayed in the dark with 5 children. This isn't about whether or not she had the money. This is about decision making. It's about the unwillingness to do what's necessary, even when the solution is simple, especially when kids are involved.
According to Stephanie, whenever they leave the motel room, whoever comes in to clean, like after them, leaves pee on the ceiling. Yes, that is what she said. She said that they leave pee on the ceiling. Now, Stephanie, I don't know who you think is peeing on the ceiling, but I can guarantee you nobody is doing such a thing. Absolutely not. Now, the other day, she posted a video of her also sweeping and mopping the outside of the motel room, and people saw like a cap to like a needle or like an insulin thing. I don't know what it was, but y'all were saying that she had it. I don't know. It's starting to make sense because the things that she says is just remarkable, to say the least.
And this isn't new. We've seen the same behavior before. Avoid taking initiative, place blame elsewhere, and leave the children to bear the consequences. Whether it's lighting, hygiene, or safety, Stephanie continues to wait on someone else to do the bare minimum, all while her kids are stuck living in discomfort and, in some cases, danger. She showed her followers all the things she packed for just one night. Pots, pans, an air fryer, utensils, multiple bags of groceries, even small kitchen appliances. For one night. A simple overnight transition turned into a full-on moving day event. And this wasn't the first time. Each time the 20-day motel reset approaches, Stephanie seems to treat it as if she's relocating for months rather than hours. It raises the question, why put yourself through all of this over and over again? Why not just order something simple, get pizza, sandwiches, anything easy, even just for one night? Instead, She loads up the family, including 5 children, with an overwhelming amount of supplies, making everything 10 times more exhausting than it has to be. The kids are tired, the space is cramped, and yet there she is, bringing the air fryer. Stephanie could have made it easier on herself and her family. A lighter load, a night of rest, something less stressful for the children. But it feels like there is always a need to show how hard things are. Maybe it's for sympathy. Maybe it's to prove she's doing her best. Maybe it's to portray the struggle in a way that draws clicks and comments.
Let's talk about Miss Thang's last 2 evening shift videos. Your kids playing outside is not comparable to other parents who let their kids play outside alone at all. You are not in your fenced in yard. You are in a fenced in, not even enclosed, a fenced off from the road with like a 3-foot high shitty little fence that like my kid could jump. And you think your kids should be out alone in Portland. I don't care if you know everyone there. Do you know everything about them? Do you know you ran background checks on everybody? You know everybody's not a predator? Shut up. You also have thousands upon thousands of people who know exactly who you are and exactly where you are. And you don't care enough about your children's safety to make sure that some insane person isn't about to roll up and do who knows what. Think about your kids. Like, you put yourself and your kids online. Everybody knows where you are and who you are, and you continue to do it. And now you just told everybody that you leave your kids alone outside. What is wrong with you? Holy shit. And why the fuck do you need a second AC unit? Oh my God. You don't need that. You have no space. You have no space. And what you really need is some kind of high chair or seat for feeding for the baby. And a freaking bassinet, not the bassinet, a pack and play, anything but the bassinet. My God. And I just don't understand why you act like, oh, we have to work on it. You sit on your phone all day. Go on Marketplace. I bet there's at least 5 people either giving away or selling for dirt cheap pack and plays and high chairs. Ask a church. Go to a thrift store. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with you, but like, these are important things for your kids' safety. What? And then for the one that she posted today, why the hell do you have a knife laying out on the floor? There's no way you can actively watch 5 kids all at once by yourself, even if you're in the same room. It takes 2 seconds for any of them to grab that knife by accident, especially the little one. Like, what? And lastly, like I always say again and again and again, you wouldn't be cleaning all the time if you would get a bigger trash can and parent your kids into cleaning.
To show viewers that every little thing is being handled from scratch, it doesn't make sense, and it certainly doesn't seem sustainable. The question isn't whether she's working hard, it's whether she's working smart, and whether her choices are truly in the best interest of her kids. Because if a one-night move is turned into a full production every month, it's the children who are left feeling that burden the most. Pee on the ceilings? Really? Then came the shocking claim. Stephanie said they walked into a motel where there was pee on the ceiling. Yes, the ceiling. Not the floor, not the walls, the actual ceiling. She insisted the cleaning staff had completely neglected their duties, forcing her and Drew to scrub the entire room themselves before their kids could even sit down. According to her, they had to disinfect the bathroom, wipe down the walls, and even clean the ceiling. It was described as an emergency deep clean situation, just to make the place livable. Now, most viewers were confused and skeptical. How does pee even get on the ceiling? Is that physically possible unless someone intentionally aimed for it? And if it truly happened, why wasn't the first move to demand a room change instead of filming and cleaning it? This moment, more than many others, left people questioning her judgment and honesty. There are already multiple clips of her and Drew sweeping gravel indoors, mopping walls, and now supposedly wiping down ceiling stains. The pattern is clear. Bazaar cleaning scenarios used to paint a picture of victimhood. But here's a recurring question. If these motels are so unbelievably filthy, if they are that unsafe and disgusting, why keep putting your kids there? It goes beyond frustration at this point. It's starting to feel like performance, a spectacle of struggle, and viewers are exhausted watching the same avoidable risks play out while the children remain in the middle of it all. The kids in danger. In one clip, her baby was in a bassinet, literally inches from the TV screen. A toddler was also extremely close to the screen, their faces lit up by the glare of the flash. Stephanie sarcastically said, "Someone's gonna make a video about this and pay their bills," brushing off what many saw as a serious lapse in judgment. But this isn't funny. This is scary. That bassinet is unsafe, not only because of the screen exposure, but because the baby could easily tip over the edge. The toddler, who was sitting mere inches away, could suffer eye strain, overstimulation, or worse. Extended exposure to bright screens at close range isn't just poor parenting, it's potentially harmful. And it's not like she was unaware. Weeks ago, she promised to get a high chair after backlash from similar clips. Still, nothing. The same hazards keep showing up. No adjustments, no improvements, just sarcastic quips and passive aggressive commentary. And when people express concern, legitimate concern for the well being of her children, she calls it hate. She labels it trolling. But these aren't just nitpicks or internet drama. These are glaring, persistent child safety concerns that keep getting brushed aside as if they don't matter. That's not parenting under pressure. That's neglecting responsibility in plain sight. Kids left outside. Stephanie was also called out for leaving her kids unsupervised outside the motel. She defended herself by saying she knows the neighbors and trusts them to look out for her children. But here's the problem. She had previously doxed her own location on multiple. She filmed street signs, showed identifiable buildings, and casually revealed their general area. It wouldn't take much for someone with bad intentions to find them. Anyone could show up, any stranger, any creep. And these aren't fears pulled out of thin air. This is the internet, the same internet that's watching her every move, the same one she says has turned against her. It's not about trusting the neighbors, it's about basic child safety. Kids shouldn't be left unsupervised outside, especially not in a vulnerable living situation like a public access motel. And definitely not when their exact location has already blasted online. And filming them outside alone? That's not brave. That's not raw parenting content. That's irresponsible. It's exposing them to danger while simultaneously dismissing the very real risks that come with internet fame. Dangerous objects on the floor. In another clip, a sharp cutting tool was seen on the ground with small children in the room within reach. And Stephanie? She was busy filming.
Okay, about
It
this. Do you-
takes 1 second
either
for
have the
something to go
smelliest
wrong.
cats on the motherfucking
1 second.
planet,
But instead of
or all
hearing
of
the
my efforts are
concern,
doing
she took
nothing.
it personally.
Dude, I have like, you
She
know those
got
things
mad.
you pop open and
This
you
isn't
stick
a witch
the
hunt.
little air fresh
This
things?
is heartbreaking.
They're all over the wall.
Where
They're like
does
more
the
special.
money
They're all
go?
over the fucking
She's
wall.
making money.
Okay?
Her
I
account
got
is
those
growing.
beads in the
Her
litter
videos
to
are
make it smell
being
better.
watched. And yet,
Nothing
the
lasts
basics
my
are
dude.
still no crib,
Constantly smell
no
like
high
cat
chair,
shit up in here.
no safe play areas.
Smelly
So people ask,
cat,
where is the
smelly
money
cat,
going?
what
And
are
when
we
asked,
feeding you?
Stephanie
For
deflects
real.
or attacks. She says she's doing her best, but 5 kids deserve more than "I am trying." The missed chances. Over and over, viewers have tried to help, sent resources, offered advice, but Stephanie doesn't listen. She turns it into a fight. People want to see her succeed, but you can't help someone who doesn't want help. The heart of it all, the children. Let's strip away all the noise, the internet, the comments, the drama. At the heart of this, 5 kids. 5 little lives who didn't ask for this, who deserve more than motel rooms, broken routines, and unstable parenting. That's why people are speaking out. It's not for views, it's for those. Accountability matters. Every post Stephanie makes is public. No one is digging through her trash. It's all right there. So when people react, they are reacting to what she puts out. Not rumors, not lies, just raw, visible reality. And still, no accountability, not a single apology, not a single moment of pause. The power she doesn't use. Stephanie has power, real power. She has a platform, a following, a spotlight. She could use it to help, to find real solutions, to start fresh. But instead, she uses it to attack, to rant, to blame. And that's what hurts the most. The wasting. Maybe she thinks people are just trolls. Maybe she thinks it's all fake outrage. But it's not. It's pain. It's sadness. It's helplessness watching kids grow up in chaos when a better way is just a decision away. And maybe, just maybe, if Stephanie stopped seeing criticism as hate and started seeing it as concern, things could change. Because this isn't about canceling her, it's about waking her up. Because those 5 kids, they deserve a real home, a fresh start, a mother who chooses growth over grudges. And that's what people are rooting. Let us know what you think. Drop your comments below. Like and subscribe to stay updated on what happens next. Because this story is not over yet. And those kids deserve the ending they were never given a chance to write.